Okay, so we are now live. Stand by. Stand by. This is very random. Again, for you guys watching the replay, thank you for joining. I'm going to be sharing today $100,000 in free takeaways. I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but man, the value that I got the last few days was insane, and I feel inspired to give them to you, even though I'm extremely busy and I got a lot of things going on. I got a lot of people that I got to manage and campaigns that I got to run and strategies to execute on. I still want to be here with you, and I want to tell you what happened over the last few days because I believe it's going to help a lot of you guys. I'm actually sending one more message to everybody so we get as many people as possible here joining us live. And again, if you have questions that you want to ask, you can feel free and ask those questions here, and I will respond to them. But again, if you're just joining us right now, I had a few days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in which I spent with Grant Cardone and his team and a bunch of incredible people. Probably I have been in business for quite a while now. I've never been in a better room in my life, surrounded by better quality entrepreneurs in my life, people that are conquering the world of business. And what I got from value was incredible. And I can tell you in a second what the strategy was. Let me just send this message. Try to get a lot of you guys to join. I'm going to try to make your time worthwhile here with me today. I know I'm taking time out of a busy Monday. Mondays, I don't know about you, but Mondays are generally pretty crazy, especially in the world of marketing. That's the day that we wake up, and a lot of the people that were 9-to-5 staff members, they start turning off fires and going through all kinds of things, trying to get things back in motion for the rest of the week. Anyways, so guys, thank you on YouTube. I'm actually seeing here on the screen right here. I got my screen over here on the left, and I'm seeing everybody join. So I see a lot of you guys on YouTube. Join us live. If you guys are listening to this as a podcast, I want to thank you for listening. Make sure that you subscribe and make sure that you take your time to write a review if you can. I'm always looking at those myself. Thank you for tuning in. I'm actually live across the place right now. I believe I am live on my Facebook profile. Let me check on this. I believe I'm live on my Facebook page. Yeah, I am. Okay, that's good. I see that here. So let me just, okay, great. We're going to start in a second. Again, for you guys that are just joining us, let me tell you what we're talking about today. I have a very massive list of what I like to describe as $100,000 in takeaways. In the journey of entrepreneurship, there's a lot of strategies that you can execute, and a lot of them are going to work. A lot of them are not going to work. Generally, more of them fail than the ones that succeed. But if you succeed enough, you'll be able to put yourself at a new level consistently. But senior to any strategy, senior to any amount of work, senior to any particular growth, in order for it to happen, you need to have the correct mindset to succeed, the success mindset. It doesn't matter what knowledge somebody's giving you. If you're not set up to receive that knowledge, if you're not set up to actually take in that knowledge and understand that you can apply that knowledge and see results and be better with that knowledge is really not that valuable. So knowledge is valuable in direct proportion to your ability to absorb that knowledge. It's as simple as that. It's so powerful. And I'm telling you that because I spent a few days listening to Grant Cardone, which is somebody that I admire greatly, which love him or hate him, he really is taking the world by storm, and he's helping a lot of people along the way also do better. And the people that actually are getting serviced by him and his organization and his staff, they're all generally winning and doing great in life. They're expanding, they're improving, they're conquering their goals, and they're getting better. So over the next half hour or so, I'm going to go over my takeaways that I've experienced. I got a lot of you guys on YouTube. I appreciate it. Natasha, hello. Jota, Design by Jules is here. Hi. Thank you guys for being here, for tuning in. And I don't know how many I got on Facebook right now. Let me see. And I'll get started right away. Okay. Good. I think we're all good. So I'm going to try to spend at most half an hour going over my takeaways. Basically, there were about 4 people that got on stage over that incredible period of 2 days. So let me just go back a little bit and tell you how I got there. So this is what they called the Unbreakable Business Mastermind. That's what Grant and the team called this particular event. And you would think maybe some of you guys saw me on my social media content, my post, me getting on helicopters and me getting on yachts and fancy dinners and all these special things that happened over the last few days. And you probably thought, well, it's easy if you can afford it to be there, right? And let me tell you something. I paid a grand total of $0 to be there. $0. The only thing that I paid was a plane ticket, and I did pay 2 nights of hotel to be there. And also, here's another surprising fact. We weren't sold a single thing. It's a little shocking, right? You must be saying to yourself, well, how is that even possible? You probably were pitched a $250,000 product or $100,000 offer or something, because Grant Cardone cannot possibly be stupid. He brought in all these people and he catered to them and he gave them yachts, fireworks, helicopters, information, 2 days of jam-packed value that was game-changing for every single one of us that was there. And he didn't charge us a penny for that. And he did it all for free. And he didn't have an offer at the end. Well, I'll tell you what he did. What was the purpose of this particular mastermind? He was trying to connect with people. And he was trying to ensure that these people that he was connecting with were really getting to understand who he actually is, who really Grant Cardone is. Because a lot of these people had a misconception based on what they see on social media or what he see on his YouTube videos or whatever the case may be. And you start feeling like this individual is only out there to get your money, or is only out there to be able to buy himself jets and helicopters and mansions in Malibu or whatever the case may be. So that what you don't know is what this individual is all about. So he was trying to get everybody on the same room so they would understand, listen, this is who I am. And the first and most important takeaway over the entire event and activity is one word above all. Again, I have a list of an enormous list of things that I'm hoping that you guys are all going to be able to benefit from. The number one is the one thing that I want to share with you. And I'm hoping that if you don't take anything else from this event, you take this one thing to heart and you start looking for ways to incorporate this into your life right now. And the word is collaboration. Collaboration. And I'm going to define the word collaboration because I believe it's important to understand what the regular meaning of the word is just by Googling it. And collaboration is the action of working with someone to produce or create something. Simple as that. The action of working with someone to produce or create something. So if you go back to my journey, my success journey, before I collaborated with people, I was a complete loser. I wasn't winning in life. I was actually going bankrupt. I was wasting my time, and I wasn't really accomplishing much of anything. And then I changed that, and I started collaborating, and it began with me learning and becoming valuable myself. Because if you don't become valuable yourself, how do you collaborate with others? You're just basically a leech stealing from somebody else. So you got to become valuable yourself. And my road towards becoming valuable was learning, consuming content, doing what you guys are doing right now, just literally watching a video or doing a course or going through lessons or whatever I could to be able to become more valuable myself. As I became more valuable, I started connecting with other people in an effort to give them value, because I knew that giving value to people would eventually, you don't know exactly when, sometimes it's going to be a short runway, sometimes it's going to be a longer one. Whenever I connected with people and I gave them value, that value ended up coming back to me. For example, my first collaboration was with, my first and potentially one of the biggest ones that I've ever had, came from a person that I admired a lot. He was an Amazon e-commerce teacher. His name was Ben Cummins. His name is Ben Cummins. He's retired now, but he's still very much alive. He's just not doing business anymore. And he was one of my original mentors for sure. And I ended up collaborating with him because I gave him value for about a year. And then he opened up his world to me. And I was able to sell my products. I was able to sell my courses to his audience. Collaboration. Again, to define collaboration, the action of working with someone to produce or create something. So collaboration is the one thing that catapults you into the next level. So I did that over and over again for many years, and I just kept on connecting with people, more power. Obviously, one of the biggest collaborations of my life, also could potentially be the biggest one, is my father, Frank Suarez. I collaborated with him for many years, and I was able to give him my value, and in return, he gave me his value, and we created some great things together. So Grant, what he did was that he actually brought a lot of people that were great influencers that have been providing value to a lot of people over the years, that have in themselves their own businesses that are successful, that have great big list of phone numbers, of emails. They have followings on social media in the hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands or millions. They are doing great things. He put them all together in the same room. He introduced himself to them. He gave them content and value. He showed them how to be better, how to do better, how to travel down a similar path that what he has traveled. He gave them a lot of value in an effort to get these people to be willing to collaborate with him, because he understands that collaboration is a crucial element to most people's success in this particular environment. So for example, there's a saying that goes like this: collaboration is the new currency. So when you actually are doing everything that you can to give value to other people, and in return you're getting value, that's the real way that actual currency is going to come into your life. So collaboration is the key to currency and high consumption of value on both sides. It takes you there. So that is a major, biggest thing over the last few days that we experienced over there at the Grant Cardone headquarters. He got this group together. He got everybody on the same page. And now we're working together towards a known goal that we're going to actually do at some point early next year with all these incredible people. So he gave us all an experience that was something for us to remember, something for us to actually now use it to keep on getting better on our side. All right. So I see your questions here, guys. I will get to them. Imelda, Manuel, thanks for sharing the information. You're welcome. Latasha says, people see the love you have for others to succeed. Blessings, flow, that's valuable. That's right. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Ori is here. Hey, hey. Awesome stuff, guys. Okay, so let's keep going. So Grant himself, Mr. Grant Cardone, if you guys don't know him or if you don't follow him, I highly recommend that you start following him, because he really does have a desire to help others, and he really wants to create an impact, and he's already made enough money that he doesn't have to work anymore, but he's still working because he really does have an intention to create massive amounts of impact across the world. So I'm going to go over my bullet points that I got from him over these last few days. Number one, I want to have as many stars in my universe as I can have. Let me explain this. So what Grant is talking about here, when you look around his team, when you look around the people that he has around him, Sherry Hamilton, the Chief Operations Officer, Jared Glenn, President of Grant Cardone Enterprises, Brandon Dawson, Cardone Ventures co-founder. The list goes on and on. A lot of amazing people that are surrounding Grant Cardone. And you ask yourself, how did he get to build such an incredible team? And something that he has done consistently and effectively is that he has used his own ability and his own platform to lift people up. So instead of actually just focusing on becoming himself a star, he focuses and makes a big push in making other people also stars with him. He says, I don't want to be the only star in the universe. There's enough space for us to have many, many, many stars. So I want to take people around me and I want to lift them up, and I also want to make them stars along the way, which is amazing. And it's actually incredibly powerful. That leads me towards talking about what Grant described as his 3 biggest mistakes in his entire business journey. And this one really was probably my biggest takeaway. And it really just impinged on me, because I understand that if you take these 3 things and you put them on a piece of paper, on a whiteboard, and you look at them every single day, it will dramatically change your present and your future. The 3 mistakes are the following. This is Grant's word. Number 1, thinking too small, not thinking big enough. If you have a goal to generate $1 million in revenue, why not think about a goal of $10 million in revenue? Even though you might have an unreal goal, impossible to accomplish, just having a massive goal and the push behind that massive goal will take you to new places that you only dreamed about a long time ago. So thinking too small is a major, major mistake. Mistake number 2 is not collaborating with other people, not getting connected with other people and doing everything that you can to provide value, while along the way you will receive value from these people. That's why Grant is talking a lot recently about simply just finding people that are awesome, that he can connect with, so they can actually do their thing, and they grow up together, and they do things together, and they're conquering the world together. So not collaborating with people is also his second biggest mistake. Grant was asked in stage in front of a lot of people, what was his biggest mistake? And his answer was what was his biggest regret, was the exact question. And his answer was not collaborating with Brandon Dawson earlier. So he has had this incredible genius, who's another business guy, who's a client of mine at AGN that I get to service here. He was asked, what is your biggest regret? And he said, not connecting with this individual earlier, because he knew that if actually he had connected with this individual earlier, he would have been at a much higher level at this point than where he's at this right now, which is incredible to say. But it makes a lot of sense, because if you look at, for example, myself, I have an incredible state-of-the-art marketing facility, have a lot of great people around me. I have 100 staff in our marketing agency. I've done a lot of great things. The reason that I have been able to do all those things is because I have been able to position myself next to power sources, and I have been able to give my power to power sources along the way dramatically. And the list goes on and on of the people that I've actually helped over the years. Damon John, my father Frank Suarez, Jason Flatland, Grant Cardone, Chick Corea, Dr. Eric Berg, and so on. These people that I've been able to help, because I gave enough value, they have lifted me along the way with them. Collaboration is a big mistake. If you're just sitting behind a screen trying to work on your business on your own, it is potentially one of those things that you need to fix yourself. Number 3, didn't put people in a situation where they could win around me. So he's saying the third biggest mistake in his business career, in his entire business journey, is not ensuring the people around him were also winning every step of the way. And this is something that, again, when you really, really understand this, you stop feeling entitled over your employees, and you consider yourself grateful that you have them, and you look for opportunities to raise them with you so they themselves can also win every step of the way. That's something that I would recommend that you guys put into a big whiteboard and see how you can improve these 3 areas. I'm telling you things that I'm going to do myself. I'm going to make a big push on these 3 points myself. I'm going to stop thinking small. Hey, I'm here with you on a Monday afternoon, super busy, because I want to give you this value. I'm going to look for collaborations with other people. I'm going to keep on connecting with more and more power so I can continue to lift them while they lift me along the way. power is actually incredibly more powerful when it is combined. Just think about, like, I don't know, you guys, depending on your era, this has been communicated for ages, right? Like, look at Power Rangers, for God's sakes, right? Power Rangers. You take 5 of these superheroes, you put them together, and now they're indestructible, right? It is as simple as that. It is a statement that is very logical, but nevertheless completely ignored by many people along the way. And they feel like, I can do this all on my own. I don't need anybody. I'm successful as I am. You know, I can do whatever the heck I want all on my own because I am that powerful. And you keep on missing out on opportunities along the way. Okay, so what else I got over here? I got a lot of you guys here. Let me see if you have any good questions, guys. Let me know. Jules says, Brandon Dawson says, don't focus on becoming successful, focus on becoming valuable. Totally makes sense. Being able to provide value precedes success. That's right. Okay, if you guys have questions, I'm looking at the YouTube channel right now. You guys can feel free to leave questions in there. Let me see if I can click on the Facebook one and see any of the comments here. I'm also looking in Facebook. Manuel, John, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. If you guys have questions, just go ahead and shoot the questions here and I will get to them. All right. So next, people will know you for your work ethic, or they won't know you at all. That's a sentence that came from Grant also. When you see somebody, the way that they actually communicate their work ethic, how much do they post on social media? What are they doing every day? Are they working hard, or are they, like, you know, barely producing? Based on that, they actually are going to get to know you or not know you. So if you bring that up a bit or a lot, that's going to help you generate a lot more attention towards yourself. They will know you for your work ethic, or they won't know you at all. He talked a lot about delivering webinars. And this was a big part of the weekend because a lot of people that were in this room, they sell really well their products and services on webinars, on stages. And he did spend a good amount of time talking about this particular subject. And he talked about something that was actually it made a lot of sense. A lot of people have been doing webinars for a long time, and they have this particular structure that for some people it works and for some people it doesn't work, in which they give value and then they pitch at the end. Let's say it's a 45-minute webinar or a 50-minute webinar. They will give it the webinar for 40 minutes, and for 5 minutes they will pitch. And Grant says the most qualified people on a webinar will leave after the first 40 minutes. And he's saying this because he's saying, why aren't you doing everything that you can to let those people know along the way that you have an offer and tell them about your offer? The most qualified people will leave very fast. And it's true, because they don't have the patience to sit through a webinar from beginning to end, because they're already very successful and they're very busy. Myself, I usually these days don't have the time to sit through an entire hour-and-a-half webinar. So that's something that you guys want to take into account if you're delivering content. Present to people offers along the way faster. Don't make people wait to the end of a webinar because you believe that is the flow. By then, a lot of these people are already gone. They already left you. So you should be doing everything that you can to present these offers earlier to people. So another subject that we talked about was humility. Grant talked about the word humble quite a bit. This was a big one. You know, a lot of people talk about how you need to stay humble. You need to not brag. Why are you showing off to people? Why are you making people feel bad? Showing everybody how much you have or what you've accomplished. Okay, well, he went over the definition of the word humble from the regular dictionary. And this was quite alarming, quite awakening, I would say. This was very powerful. He says, who here is feels like they're humble? And some people raise their hand and You know, it's like, oh, he's so humble. He's so humble. Well, definition of humble. Definition of humble. Having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Wow. And again, for you guys that are here on the live show, YouTube or Facebook or whatever, I got nothing to sell you today. So don't worry about it. There's no pitch coming. Otherwise, I would have walked the talk myself and I would have told you guys what the offer was, trying to apply what Grant was teaching us. Beth says, I'm sorry, I've had multiple interruptions. Please send a replay and thank you for this. It will be available. You can watch it later, Beth. Ori says, how do you continue to grow and develop as a leader in company? It happens with time. A lot of training and a lot of setting the example, Ori, is the way to go about it. You got to show people what your work ethic is like. In your case, you should be the first one showing up consistently and the last one delivering. And you should be making sure that you are delivering products from your responsibility to make people follow you and believe in you. If you yourself are not able to accomplish what the goal of your organization is, your mission statement, your purposes, everything that you're trying to accomplish, if you yourself are not able to do that yourself, then you will have a hard time trying to get people to respect you. So if you are trying to sell things, make sure that you sell them yourself first. Show people how it's done. If you're trying to get results on marketing, make sure that you're getting results and then show people what you're doing. There's nothing like the leader of an organization showing people what's possible. And as soon as you show that those people around you what's possible, you will see the respect go up with you, go up for you dramatically. And along the way, they will follow you because you're able to deliver on what your vision is. They will trust you and they will empower themselves to actually accomplish that along the way. So being the first to actually deliver results, the first to actually walk that talk, is the quickest path for you to be able to have your juniors, people that are working for you, to trust you enough to go all in with you. And yes, also another thing would be understanding what they are looking for personally, at a personal level and at a professional level, and making sure that you set a path for them to accomplish those particular goals will also help you get lifted in their eyes. So you should work on that. Okay, going back to the definition of humble. Check this out. Humble, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Wow. Did you hear that? That is a sentence. That is the first definition for the word humble. If you Google the word humble, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. I don't know about you, but I don't want to communicate that I have a low importance, low estimate of my own importance. That's why you will see my success. I'm going to show you my building. I'm going to show you what I've accomplished. I'm going to talk about our numbers. I'm going to talk about the journey for success. I'm going to talk about the fact that our companies are going to do $50 million in revenue this year. I'm going to talk about the fact that AGM Marketing is going to produce close to $250 million in sales for our clients this year. I'm going to show you guys my vehicles. I'm going to show you my watches. I'm going to show you my trips and my experiences, because I don't have a low importance of myself. I believe that if you listen to me and if you follow my advice and if you get my services and if you somehow connect with me, I am going to give you value and I'm going to help you get closer towards your dreams and goals. That's what I believe. So am I humble? Not according to this definition. I don't have a low estimate of my own importance. That was a big one right there. That was an incredible aha moment right there. So you can try to adjust that in your behavior for sure. There was another great one. Another thing that this one was great. Yeah, David Breyer. David is here, my brother. Great to have you here, my friend. Love this, Manny. The derivation of humble goes back to dirt, earth, and being equal and low as dirt. You covered this with my client as well. That's right. That's right. Denny says, hi from Chicago. Sorry I'm late to the party. Denny, I was just texting with you on my community. Great to have you here. I appreciate you. By the way, if you guys want to send me a message, you can send me a text. I'm going to post the number right here. And I'm working on applying a lot of the things that I've learned this last few days. And one of those things is like, I'm going to triple down on the value that I'm giving to you guys. That's for sure. So on YouTube, I posted the number for you guys. If you want to text me, I'm using a thing called Community, in which I can get your messages. Nobody else has access to it, just me. 813-212-2196. So check this one out. There's more coming, guys. All right? There's more coming. You can make your own notes on it. This is just me in the front row taking notes left and right. Genius stuff. Absolutely genius stuff. It's not a coincidence this guy and these people have gone to where they're gone, and they're still just getting started. Very deep. Are you ready? Whatever you resent might be an indication of what you should be doing. Let me say that again. Whatever you resent might be an indication of what you should be doing. Wow. Okay. So that was very powerful because let me give you an example of what's a scenario there. Let's say, for example, that you are watching this video and you're feeling let's say that you are watching this video and you're feeling resentful about me talking about this and just giving this value and doing all this and bragging and selling stuff. Well, potentially you're resenting it because that's something that you should be doing that you're not doing. So for example, the haters out there, the ones that are on social media looking to troll on other people's content, which a lot of us have experienced that, whether that's on Facebook comments or Instagram or direct messages or whatever that may be, these people are people that generally resent you because they're not doing what you're doing, which also is success. So whatever you resent is an indication of something that you might or should be doing yourself. Okay, Bev says, Bev, we can have a great argument about that for sure. Bev says, if you weren't humble, you would not be doing this. We can find another definition that applies to what I'm doing right now, right? So having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance, that is a definition. I believe we have another understanding of the word humble, but look at this definition over here. Of low social, administrative, or political rank. But look at this one. This is the thing that I believe is the one that applies. So Bev, just to be clear, the third definition is the one that might apply to what you just said right now, right? That if I wasn't humble, I wouldn't be doing this right now. And it says here, but that's the third one, not the first or the second. The third one says, of modest pretensions or dimensions. Like, for example, he built the business empire from humble beginnings, of modest pretension or dimensions. So I can tell you, if I use the exact definition there of saying modest or low estimate of one's own importance, that doesn't feel right. I'm not willing to accept that definition as something in my life. I'm not willing to do that. That third definition, yes, absolutely yes. But that's not how it's generally used. All right? Again, this is not trying to create controversy. I'm just giving you guys some examples of how we generally feel we shouldn't be communicating too much about things, even though it's something that is going to help us get attention and also is going to help show the world how we are successful, and what we're talking about is actually something that should be applied because we have been able to travel a journey towards success. In my case, I don't have a career. I don't have a degree. I did not graduate. I basically got myself sweet talked to a high school graduation, and I'm here today talking to you guys about success. So it really does. My communication is trying to communicate. Listen, there is a better path. There is survival. There's expansion for those that listen and pay attention and want to travel the journey along the way. Okay. So this other one says the following. Another takeaway. If you want to be recognized as a big deal, you do big things. If you want to be recognized as a big deal, you do big things, right? So anybody that has all these illusions, these dreams about being a powerhouse or being amazing, you better start understanding what it really takes to get yourself in that particular level of greatness or big. You gotta do big things if you want to be considered as big for sure yourself. And that's absolutely a fact too. All right. So anybody here that knows Grant Cardone, leave in the comments below and you let me know that you know him. All right. I want to see how many of you guys that are watching here with me, you already know who Grant Cardone is. If you know who Grant Cardone is, you know how much he promotes and how much he communicates. This next takeaway pretty much explains why he does what he does and why they communicate so much. If you're on his email list, you're going to get many communications every day. If you're in social media, you're going to see many posts every single day. And you're going to see this obsessively, nonstop, over and over again, to a point that it feels like you want to just block this person. So here's what he said about it. He said, no one sees your ads. No one sees your message. No one sees your promotions. The people that open the copy or read it, they don't even see it themselves. Everybody laughed about this, but it made a lot of sense. So you guys are responding, yes, I like that one a lot. Yes, me, yes. Yeah, 10X, you up, Grant and our bodies. David, yeah, absolutely, man. Dr. Mark, yes, I listened to 13 plus hours of his content last week. That's great, Rob. So if you understand what he's talking about here, you would know that you got to put that message in front of people over and over and over and over and over again, because people are not being here. They are not in the present. They have a lot of things going on in their universe. They have a lot of things bothering them. They have a lot of situations in life. And even when they see the ads, they're not seeing you. Even when they open up the mailbox and they see a postcard, they don't see you. Even when they open up the emails and they read them, they didn't even read them. At the end of it, they feel blank. They're not really consuming the content. That's why he talked about the concept of split testing. I'm not going to go into what he said here because I do believe there's some validity in the split testing process. But he said, look, that's all like, it's so less important in regards to what's going to help you convert than just putting that message out there consistently, obsessively, over and over again, letting people see you as much as possible. And if you do so, like I'm trying to do across my social media channels, my YouTube channel, you guys are here now on my YouTube channel and you're consuming this on a video, and I'm going to send you emails and text messages, and I'm going to send you promotions, and I'm going to send you as much as possible, because I know that some people take several years before they actually make a decision to buy. I get people here at AGM that show up and they want to sign up for a service today that they said, I have been watching your stuff. I have been on your email list for 3.5 years. And now for the first time ever, I decided that I'm going to buy something that you're selling for the first time ever. But I continue to repeat my message over and over again, making sure that I don't give up on those people. That's just the way it is. Okay, this one is a good one. And this is about hiring. All right, let me see who's paying attention. You guys liking this so far? Let me know in the comments. So I have a good one right now because I can tell you one of the things that it's a big struggle for a lot of us is how to build a team of rock stars, how to build a team of superstars. For those of you guys that are joining the stream a little late, you should go watch the beginning of this stream so you can see what we talk about in regards to how has Grant been able to build a world of stars around him and a lot of incredible talent and people that help him push his mission forward. All right, good, appreciate it, keep going. Thank you guys. So this next one was fantastic, and it's so true. Let me read it to you. When hiring people, you get disappointed because you're looking for one instead of looking for people that are 1/10 of what you are. I'm going to clarify this in a second, all right? For those of you guys that feel like, oh, wait a second, are you going to feel like you're that special and that big and that unique that you need to get 10 people to match yourself? The opposite of humble, right? We already got over the part of like being humble. I'm not trying to be humble. I'm just telling you, historically, and I can tell you after managing hundreds of staff, dealing with a lot of people, hiring and even firing a lot of people, that one major disappointment is that people are not more like me. So he's saying with this particular thing, because we were talking about how does he get to create such an incredible team of people? Well, first of all, he understands that what he is and who he is very, very, very difficult, if not impossible, to replicate. And because it's very impossible to replicate, the focus that he has is to get 10 people to equate for what he is. 10 people. You can easily say that to replicate what Grant Cardone is, you probably need 100 people, but his number is 10. And from my experience, I can tell you that one of my greatest sources of disappointment in the hiring process of working with people is the fact that these people are not as motivated, they're not as hungry, they're not as determined, they're not as willing to go the extra mile, they're not as dedicated to the purpose of the group and the expansion of the group as I am. And that leads to our disappointment. Because from my experience also, I can tell you that the one thing that can damage relationships the fastest is this thing called expectations. When you're expecting from people more than what they actually give you, for example, an agency client, I tell them that I'm going to deliver $100,000 in sales a month. That's what I say. And then I deliver $50,000 in sales a month. Nothing will destroy that relationship faster than setting false expectations. The same thing with having employees. If you keep on expecting people that you hire to be like you, you're going to keep on getting disappointed and you're going to keep on getting rid of people because you don't realize that what you are and who you are is pretty much not repeatable. You can't really like get another one of you. I can't do that right now at AGM. My ability to bring in clients, my ability to service people, my ability to come up with marketing strategy, my vision in some areas, my intention to thrive and push forward and do better, and my hunger for expansion and for greatness, it's not something that I've been able to find easily in other people. And if I keep on expecting people to have that hunger, even though maybe they're not the owners also, they're not founders, they're not, no matter what, right? Because even if you're an employee, if you really want to grow, get yourself to a whole new level professionally and financially, personally, you want to be hungry, you want to be determined, you want to provide value, you want to be dedicated, you want to push, you want to show people around you that you are a team player and you're going to do whatever it takes to take that team to the next level. When you don't get that as a leader, you could be disappointed. But if you simply adjust your mindset a little bit and you realize, listen, maybe what I got to do is that I got to realize that there's nobody else out there like me. And I got to build a team of people. So let me go for hiring 10 people to compensate for maybe those inefficiencies in certain areas and try to create one more of me. And if you do that, you'll be able to actually get a lot of value from these people coming into your world because your expectations for them, they go down a little bit. You're not expecting them to be superheroes like you, and you're going to give them more time to develop. Because the other thing about building people up, which is something that it's another takeaway that Grant talked about, that you need to be willing to actually develop people. People will come to you with a certain ability and skill, and you got to know that it is your job, because the world out there will not develop them for you. Generally, they won't. It is your job to do everything that you can to lift that person up and have that person discover abilities that they didn't know themselves they had. It is your job to lift them. And if you do that and you do that correctly, you will have a great team around you. in no time. All right? 10 people equals another you. That's how you want to approach it. Let me see. JP, I appreciate that. After managing hundreds of people throughout my career, I can tell you that shit is true. Yeah, it is. Imelda says, well, yes, Manuel, you are right. I was like that with Natural Swim. After 3 years, I finally bought my first supplements. That's right. And good job, Imelda. I appreciate you. We got that quite a bit, actually. There's people that actually call us and say, look, I've been watching your dad for 4 years. I never bought anything, and I'm finally ready. I'm going to go all in and buy your stuff. All right. Okay. Got some more, guys. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I got a few more things that I want to go over with you guys. So check this one out. This is related to an earlier one that we talked about. People like winners, and they like seeing winners lose. Wow. That is so true. He was talking about this because in the middle of COVID, he started laying off employees. There was a reason for that. He made a video about that, and he was like attacked like crazy. And then he made a video about bankruptcy, which it wasn't true, but it was something that he was giving us as advice. Like, listen, you got to be willing to go through that process because people like to see winners. They do. That's why when you do content talking about what you've done, what you build, your houses, your cars, your abilities to create big impacts and your successes and everything, people enjoy that. But also people like to see winners fail. They enjoy that because it also, to an extent, validates the fact that they themselves have not succeeded. You got to keep that in mind. And it happens to a great percentage of people. They enjoy seeing others fail because it validates the fact that they have failed themselves or they have not gotten themselves to greater levels. It makes them feel better about themselves. You got to realize that when other people see you fail, it makes them feel better about themselves. It's not a problem with you. It is something personal. You're actually helping them feel better about themselves. So when you're getting haters, just know that that's a normal process. Okay, so another thing, right? This is a good this is the marketing takeaway, by the way. This one is a great marketing takeaway, and I'm gonna give you guys this. And by the way, I'm gonna just mention this right now. I have a list here of people that I'm looking for at AGM. AGM, by the way, if you didn't know, is my marketing company, and it stands for Attention Grabbing Media. And I am very into building people up with me. Just like Grant said, that I talked about on my takeaways, I'm not trying to be the only star. I want to lift other stars with me along the way. I want to lift you up. Whoever you may be, if you are a good fit for AGM marketing, I want to have you on my team. I want to lift you up. I am planning some big things. And if you have seen my stuff along the way, or if you have seen my journey, you probably have seen that whatever I said I was going to do, I actually did eventually do. By the way, today is August 15th, 2022. Today is the 1-year anniversary of our grand opening of this incredible state-of-the-art marketing facility that I'm talking to you from. So I do big thinking and I execute big thinking. And I'm still like, I went over there to Grant and I came back like hungrier than ever and motivated to take myself to the next level and to get that big thinking to the next level. Believe it or not, I came back knowing that I wasn't thinking big enough. So for those of you guys that weren't here earlier, I talked about Grant's 3 biggest mistakes. Number 1, not thinking big enough. He was thinking too small. I'm changing that right now. I'm thinking big now. So that goes in line with, if you guys want to play the game together with me, I'm looking for people that are going to think big with me and they're going to help me take this thing to the next level while I help them lift themselves up and their own value. You have to be here in this building with me. I'm not talking about people that are remotely with me that I'm hiring right now. I'm hiring people locally. I have some open remote positions, but there's some very big roles that I need here in this building with me. So the 3 mistakes, again, to recap, are thinking too small, not collaborating with other people, and number 3, not putting people in positions to win, not putting all these people around them in positions to win, basically making them stars along the way. I want to create a lot of massive stars around me. There is so much space in this universe that if you want to be star all by yourself, it doesn't even make sense. And I'll tell you guys a story about that Grant used as an example to talk about this particular subject. And then I'll go on with the notes that I have over here. But he said, the reason why I came up with this concept of like having other stars around me is because there's this pilot. His name is Ryan Secco, and you guys can look him up on Instagram, 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗡. Ryan was a pilot for his plane, and along the way, he became staff member and the one running the entire Cardone Capital operation that now manages $5 billion in real estate. Well, one day they were on an event and somebody approached Ryan and almost like starstruck, and he went straight to them and he said, listen, can I get a picture? Can I get an autograph to Ryan? And then one guy that was working with Grant came to Ryan and said, you can't be doing that. This is Grant's stage. This is Grant's entire stage. You can't be taking people's pictures or taking pictures with them or doing any of that stuff. And then he went to Grant, and Ryan told Grant, Grant, I'm sorry. I'm just, I'm a little bit like shocked because they told me that I couldn't take a picture with this guy or sign. And he said, who said that to you? And then he went to this other person and talked to them and be like, listen, that's not how I roll. I'm building other stars along the way. If somebody wants a picture with Ryan or an autograph, let him have it. I'm working on every single one around me that wants to be a star. I want to lift them up and also make them stars along the way. So again, I'm all in for that concept of making people stars along the way. All in for that concept. So thinking too small, number 1, not collaborating, number 2. Maybe, who knows, maybe a lot of you guys need to collaborate with me or other people. You need to connect with more people, even having staff members around you. Those are collaborations. I need people to come to AGM Marketing and work for us and work with me so I can collaborate with you. You give me your value, I give you my value, and I lift you up along the way. So rapid fire, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 positions that I have here that I'm looking for right now. Content directors. These are also called content miners, people that are looking for content that we can publish from the endless hours that our clients create, including myself. Videographer. I need somebody that is always looking to take my crazy marketing mind and dump it into files and videos. Take my fancy equipment and cameras and cell phones and videos and document everything that I have going on. Just follow me around always and just create content around me. Somebody that actually is my go-to videographer. Somebody that is passionate about marketing. If you are not marketing passionate, don't even apply, because you need to be really into what has happened in the past. I can tell you, when you're not passionate, I've gotten from all kinds of things, man. Like in the world of videographers, I've had all kinds of epic failures. People that fall asleep on my content. That's not good. Right? It doesn't feel good. People that feel anxious around my content when I'm talking and giving you guys value. People that maybe like don't know how to cut or have a beginning or have an end. It doesn't matter what. So if you want to be my videographer and you want to get a little bit of this mind that I have in marketing and make yourself better in that area, and along the way, document everything that you can and help us get that value for my social media content, my YouTube channel, my courses, my everything, just be in charge of the cameras. You have to be passionate about the subject of marketing. You have to be inspired, motivated, entertained, and educated by my content. If that doesn't ring a bell, then don't apply for this position. It doesn't matter how much money you want to make. It's not going to work here. Right? Okay. So recruitment officer, somebody that works in our building in charge of hiring people, somebody responsible in our building of doing interviews in person, hiring the team, getting them going in the world of AGM, because we're going to be recruiting aggressively. Again, big thinking. We have 105 staff right now. We're going towards 1,000. All right. So again, guys, we're getting back to the takeaways in a second. Thank you for sticking by. Social media marketers / account managers, people that are responsible for delivering marketing services. You want to become a marketing expert yourself. You want to be a marketing ninja. You want to come and apply. Amazon account managers, people that are going to work with some of our ninjas to deliver marketing services for our Amazon brands. We are on track to do close to $100 million in revenue just on Amazon in 2022. We are ninjas in the world of Amazon and Amazon marketing, and we need more help, more people that want to be a part of this particular team. Sales, marketing consultants, anybody that wants to be a marketing consultant to talk about our services to potential clients, to reach out to people and make commissions on what they closed. We are looking for people that want to work in-house, helping us with this incredible service that we have here at AGM, helping us get more people closed. If you're a sales machine, if you know how to sell services, if you know how to promote a product that's really good, if you know how to talk about, if you have a fire for sales, and if you know how to talk about results that we accomplish for our clients, then this might be a great job for you. You got a great pay plus commissions. Proofreaders, anybody that feels great at copy, they know how to catch errors, we're looking for you also. Copywriters, accounting, bookkeepers, anybody that wants to work in-house to manage our books and our finances, the one in charge of our accounting and the finance in charge. Who knows, maybe we can turn you into a chief financial officer for AGM marketing. So if you guys want to apply, if you want to be a part of that, you go to agmagency.com/careers. agmagency.com/careers. And you apply. And who knows, maybe you can be the next star on the list that I can push upward along the way with me. All right? Okay, back to our takeaways. Again, thanks for sticking by. I really like this one right here. This one that's coming up right now. Because I know that I applied it myself. This particular takeaway, I applied. And it was potentially the greatest marketing strategy that I have ever executed in my life. And I want to have more opportunities like this. And this line, this is Grant also. It's from a takeaway that I got from Grant. It says, use whatever the universe gives you. Use whatever the universe gives you. What does that mean? Well, let me go back and tell you what is the greatest marketing strategy that I ever executed on. So back in March 2020, you guys know what happened? There's this thing called COVID-19 that really took the world by storm. And it shut down worlds and governments and offices and buildings and humans and all of it. In the middle of that particular disruption and that disaster, we kept on working. But not only did we keep on working, we actually came up with strategy. And some of you guys here, you can actually comment if you are one of those that actually got through my, maybe got introduced to me from this particular strategy, or started learning about my stuff, or somehow saw who I am and I got lucky enough that I was introduced to you from this strategy. In the middle of that, I had a course that I was selling for $2,000, which I sold $2.5 million of. This was one of my biggest courses that I've ever done, and it was very successful, and it was called the Facebook Masters. And I had already accomplished a lot of success in the world of marketing and business. And I put together a course in which I was teaching people how I've done what I've done. I sold it for $2,000 for a long time. In the middle of COVID, I said, what can I do to bring attention, but help people? Help people, number one. And number two, help the organization bring attention. I don't want to fire people. I don't want to let anybody go. I don't want to cut payroll. I don't want to do any of that. I want to keep the show on the road. I want to keep going no matter what. I'm committed. I am actually not only doubling down, I'm tripling down on the world of marketing. So I opened up my course and I gave it to the world for free. And I said, I don't want you to pay me anything. Together we're stronger. We're going to use this particular time in which we're quarantined to make ourselves better. And I want to help a lot of you guys out. And if you want to get access to my course, look at all the testimonials that are here. Look at all the value. Look at all the lives that have changed. I'm going to give you guys access to my course for free for about 90 days. And all I need from you in exchange is 3 simple things. Number 1, I need you to stay active in the course. I need you to keep on moving through the course. And if you don't move on the course, I'm going to know that you didn't move in the course. And I'm going to send you a couple of warnings before I remove the access. Number 2, I'm going to ask you to help me spread the word. And I believe that's fair. I'm giving you something that the organization would actually benefit from because I'm selling it to people. And I'm giving it to you for free. In exchange, I'm going to give you a special link and I want you to talk to the world, to your lines, to your people about this. I'm going to give you access for free. And number 3, if you're happy with the course and if you want to keep it permanently, I need you to give me a video testimonial. If you don't give it to me, that's fine. After 90 days, I will simply remove your access to the course. Well, when I launched this strategy, I repeated the same strategy for my father. In my case, the whole thing went viral, explosively viral. And everybody started talking about it and posting about it. And I got hundreds of thousands of people coming into my world. So much so that I ended up getting over 600 video testimonials of people doing my course. Not only did I get testimonials, I got clients showing up in my door asking for marketing help and guidance. We took the business, AGM marketing, and we literally doubled in the next 6 months what we had done the previous year. So much so that the year 2020, AGM marketing ended as the 26th fastest growing company in all of America. We were the 438th fastest growing company in America, 26th marketing company in our industry, in all of the United States. And it all came from that strategy. So what did I do? Exactly what Grant said right here. Use whatever the universe is giving you. So the world is going to give you things. You're going to get curveballs. You're going to get problems thrown at you. You're going to get situations. You're going to get government meltdowns. You're going to get sicknesses and viruses. You're going to get things that now you have to sit down and think about how can you use that to your advantage. In my case, I thought about 2 things. Number 1, how can I use this moment to help more people without hurting ourselves? Number 2, how can I use this to get more attention? And I can say number 3, how can I use this to get enough attention that I can actually generate revenue so I don't have to let go of people because everybody's panicking at this point. So this is something that, again, is very applicable and very real. We're going to go probably for the next year or so through a very difficult time, potentially a recession and other things that the world is talking about right now. You got to use that to your advantage and figure out how you can leverage it to position yourself as an expert in an industry and an area to help yourself get some attention. All right. Rob says I signed up. Okay. Jim says I would have never made it without team helping. Yep. Oscar says, Manuel, thanks for sharing your takeaways. I'm talking to Facebook now from the great GC. You are awesome. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Okay. All right, let's keep going, guys. A few more. So you know how Grant talks about how, or I talk about, hitting the list, communicating to your list, talking to them consistently. The money is not in the list. That saying in marketing is not really entirely true. The money is in what you do with your list. The money is in what you do with your list. Grant mentioned that he loses 30% of his email subscribers every single year. Unsubscribing should be the metric that you should actually strive for. If you're not getting enough people unsubscribing from your content, you're not messaging them enough. If you're not getting enough people unsubscribing from your email list or from your text messaging list, you're not communicating to these people enough, because a 20-30% unsubscribe rate is something that you can consider pretty healthy. You're communicating to people enough to give them enough value so you can get attention, which will lead towards being able to sell things to these people along the way. Another point over here is you can't keep pitching to the same audience. You can't keep pitching to the same audience, which means if you guys are not doing everything that you can to keep on building your list getting more people on your SMS list, getting more people on your email list, getting more followers on your content, you're going to eventually start dying down. So strategies, not one, but 40 strategies to be able to grow your list need to be executed consistently. If you're an e-commerce brand, you should be doing flash sales, coupon bonanzas. You should be doing giveaways and contests. You should be doing like delivering mini courses on how to do whatever it is that your brand and product solves for them. You should be doing whatever you can to consistently generate prospects on a daily fashion. And this should be something that you should measure at an organization level. How many prospects are coming into your world every single day? And this needs to be celebrated. How many new emails did you get? And how many new phone numbers did you get? You cannot keep pitching your stuff to the same audience. You need to grow attention. This is one of those things that it's so commonsensical, but at the same time, most people don't even do them, which is you got to execute on. You got to keep on looking for ways to grow your list. You got to keep on looking for ways to position people in front of value that they can come to you for, so you can actually get phone numbers and emails in exchange for that value. You got to keep on doing that consistently. Anybody that sends me a message to my text line, I will send you these notes exactly as I have written them. All right, so I'm going to paste it right here again on the chat. And if you guys want to send me a note there, a message, and be like, hey, I want the notes, send it over and I'll get you the notes. 813-212-2196. All right, that was me right there. Okay. Oh, I like this one very much. You guys ready? Do I still got your attention? I might be losing attention. I know it's been long already, but I'm excited and I'm pumped. Check this out. Yeah, Mark, if you want to get the notes, just send me a message. 813-212-2196. Check this one out. There's a lot more people looking at your stuff than you think. There's a lot more people looking at your stuff than you think. So when you're posting on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on TikTok, or wherever, just realize that a lot of people are actually seeing your content or interacting with it, but somehow they're ghost. And that's very normal. And this is so true. You don't know how many people I run into that I have never, ever seen engage. Like you guys are engaging here. Jose is engaging, and I see Marilyn and Petrina and Beth and Rob, and I see you guys all the time. And if I see you in person, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, Petrina, absolutely. You know, I know you're engaging. What you don't know is the amount of people out there that are watching stuff like you right now. You yourself are watching this, and you're not even going to comment. You're not going to engage. You're not going to like. You're not going to interact. And then one day I might run into you, and you might see me, and you might be like, oh my God, Manuel, yeah, thank you for your content. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing that. And maybe you give me an acknowledgement by then, at that moment, or maybe you don't even, but you know that that's me, and you somehow got value, but you don't feel the impulse to click on that button and say like or ask a question. You want to be a ghost, which is also described as a lurker. Here's a fact. There have been hundreds of people on this stream today. Hundreds watching the stream, some of them coming in and out on this between Facebook and YouTube. The great majority of you have not even liked it, have not shared it, and have not commented. That should be enough for you to know. Like right now on YouTube, you can see that there's like 58 people watching right now. We had 75 a little while ago. So you can see now that these people are here, but I can guarantee you're not going to find 58 different comments. So that's just something to prove the theory that the social media content roadmap. It's extremely vital because people are seeing what you're posting, but most people do not engage or comment. They simply don't do so. I get people all the time that tell me things like, I've been watching on your stuff. Great for what. Oh, I found out about your Inc. 5000 status. Amazing. Great stuff. And I'm thinking, dude, you never even interacted with me in social media ever. You've never put a comment. You've never done anything ever. So it is a reality. This is something that's happening in the world today. And it's been like that for a long time. So more people are seeing your content than what you think. So don't disregard when you're posting something and you get 1 view or you get 17 likes and you have 5,000 friends or whatever. Don't realize that a lot of people are seeing your content and they're not pushing through on the engagement. It's very normal. Okay, this one was great too. Wow. The thing is that I just want to keep talking about this because it was really good stuff. But again, we're going to be ending soon. Oscar says, will you start a marketing agency today without capital and clients? That's how I started my marketing agency, Oscar. I started it without capital and I had 1 client. So what I would do if I were you, it's a great question. What I would do if I were you is that I would look for 1 client to service. And if it's a client that you really want to service because you feel you can help and they don't want to pay for it because maybe they don't believe in you, you offer your services for free. And you say, listen, XYZ client, I want to service you for free for 2 weeks. I just need you to give me $1,000. Forget about giving it to me. You're going to give it to Facebook. You're going to give it to YouTube. You're going to give it to Instagram. And I want you to let me advertise for your brand. And I'm going to help you generate views. I'm going to help you generate leads, whatever it is that you feel you can do for them. And if you like it, and if we get results, are you willing to commit to an agreement for the next 3 months or something? It's going to cost you $2,000 a month to have me service you. Yes, no. And you keep on knocking on doors, talking to people until you get somebody to say yes. And that's how you start. And then you build a case study from that person. You help that person. And from helping that person, you're able to now talk about success to other brands. And that's going to help you generate more clients. So yes, I would absolutely do that. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate that very much. Wow, you're riding the bike. I love it. Awesome. Okay. Very typically, I don't engage creators. Yeah, I typically don't engage creators. Yes, JP. That's right. It happens a lot. It's very common, more often than not. Again, the great majority of you guys, I'm talking to you, you do not engage with me. You are a ghost, but I know you're watching. I know you're watching. Okay. I like this one too. I got so much value. I'm telling you guys. Imagine just having Grant, and I was on the front row, and just him just like spitting fire, like gold, golden nugget after golden nugget, and all of it was like insane. It was an uplifting experience. You gotta always be looking upwards and find people that you can learn from. If all you do is you look upwards and you are finding yourself without no one up there, and when you look down, you see people that are looking up to you, you got to adjust that particular situation. You got to get people up above you, people that are doing better than you. If you're not finding people to work with that are doing better than you in certain areas so you can provide value to them, how are you supposed to get better all on your own? It's not going to work like that, guys. It's not the same thing. So I sat down with Grant there, knowing that he's better than me in many, many ways. Amazing. And I just consumed and I learned for days. Look at this one. You cannot get a small group of quality people. You got to go quantity to get quality. Wow. If my mic wasn't very expensive, I would just drop it right now. I'm telling you. You cannot get quantity. You cannot get a small group of quality people. You got to go quantity to get quality, which means that if you want to have an incredible group of people to deliver services to, you better have a very big list of people, because that's going to help you find the quality inside that big list that you can deliver value to. It's not about finding your niche perfect audience because I just need to find my people on Facebook and all I need to do is get a small list of prospects. That is thinking about it the wrong way. You want to think big. You want to think in big numbers. If you want to get 1,000 high quality clients, you want to get 100,000 people on your list. That's just the way it is. Everybody's on a different step in the journey. And if you want to find the right client to service, you're going to have to go in big numbers to try to get that quality to show up. Otherwise, you're going to struggle with it, trying to find the exact small group of quality people. Same thing is applicable to your staff. If you want to hire quality staff to help you with your mission, with your vision, with your organization in general, you got to make sure that you are hiring enough staff so you can get quality of people to come into your organization and help you with your goals, with your mission, with your vision. Quantity of people will get you the quality of people. I can tell you from 100 staff that I got at AGM Marketing, I'm not going to talk about percentages, but I'm going to tell you a percentage of them, maybe smaller than I would hope, is a percentage of people that are dedicated. Probably those guys are actually here listening. Some of these are listening to this particular stream, because these are the ones that are on board, all in with my mission, my vision, my goals. They're all in with me. The other ones are passerbys, and they just want to get an easy job along the way, and they want to have a steady paycheck and maybe just survive in the meantime. They don't have much greater aspirations for themselves, or they don't have these big goals that they don't want me to make them a star. They're not interested in me lifting them up along the way. And that's okay. That is totally fine. These people are also valuable. But what I could tell you is, if you want to have a small group of very high quality people, you got to put a revolving door in the entrance of your building. And you want to have people come in and leave. Come in and leave. Quantity of people coming in and leaving until you get that small group of quality staff dedicated to your mission, to your vision, to your goals, and to your activities. Those people that are going to be like, Manuel, what do we got to do? Let's go. Let's go and conquer the world. Lead us along the way. We're going to go all in. You need quantity for that. That's just the way it is. All right. Okay. A couple more. So see how you can apply this next one to yourself. I can tell you that this is something that I would have to shift mindsets on, because I have always been the opposite of this one to a degree, because I have wanted to avoid creating false expectations. So Grant says, overpromise and overdeliver. Overpromise and overdeliver. Overpromise is something that I am afraid of, because when people come to marketing, I always want to make sure that I give them enough time at AGM, enough for me to make them work or make them succeed. And it's not an overnight thing. So overpromising, if you tread lightly, you can overpromise, but then you make a push to overdeliver. So the key to massive expansion at an individual level and on a professional level is to overpromise and then push yourself in an aggressive way to overdeliver on that promise. If you're promising something, make sure that you're delivering on it. But if you're overpromising something and you say to somebody, look, I can accomplish this, I'm going to do it for you, I'm going to get it done, and you don't deliver it, that's the one thing that gets you in trouble. Like I said earlier, expectations and setting expectations can get you in trouble. But if you overpromise and if you put the pressure behind you to accomplish a certain step, a certain number, then you will find yourself accomplishing incredible things in a matter of no time, or getting yourself to higher and higher levels because you had to deliver on that promise. Overpromising plus over-delivering leads to inevitable expansion of one's own self, business, and goals in general. So that was a great takeaway right there. Okay, so listen, we're going to wrap it up in a minute. If you guys have questions, it's been an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes now. This is something that I'm really passionate about. Something that I like to say is depending on where you're at in the journey, it doesn't matter how old you are. Grant did talk about when he started. He said, I had no YouTube channel until 12 years ago, which means that Grant was quite old already. I didn't do anything on the internet until I was 51 years old. So when he started on the internet, he was 51 years old. I am 41 years old right now. I started doing things on the internet 10 years ago. So I got a 20-year head start on him. And what he's accomplished is out of this world incredible in the last 12 years. Absolutely insane. His incredible growth with the power of social media, of these platforms. It's quite incredible. So don't be discouraged by your age or where you're at. Just know that you got to put in the energy, and maybe hopefully you get all these bullet points. Again, if you want to get these bullet points, I will put them on a link and I will send them to you. So just send me a message at 813-212-2196. I'm posting it here again in the comments. And I will get this list over to you. I did send some of the people in my community yesterday. I sent some messages yesterday on in which I gave you guys the major mistakes that Grant talked about. 3 major mistakes. Okay. I think I'm going to wrap it up with this one. Oh, actually, man, I got so many takeaways. Whoa. Guys, this is good stuff. That's why I said my $100,000 takeaways from the 2-day Grant Cardone Unbreakable Business Mastermind. Okay. Two more things. The rest, I can send them on a note. Another major takeaway was this. So there's 100% of your time. How do you get to do incredible things on that 100%? How do you optimize your time? 95% of your time should be spent on the one thing that has helped you become who you are today. 95% of your time should be spent on the one thing that took you to where you are at today before you start abandoning that and doing other things. 95% of your time. The income of the one thing you should be spending your time doing that. 4% should be spent on investments, new opportunities, new ventures, new products, new services, new things. Only 4% of your time. And 1% on expenses. Stay away from that area. Bring in your team to help you with that. Sign the checks and make sure you're signing the checks correctly. But that's not your superpower. That's not what you do. And that's not what you can bring to the table. So do everything that you can to stay away from that area and have an incredible team to run all these things for you, and spend 95% of your time bringing more of the one thing that helped you become who you are today, or the one thing that you believe is that thing that's going to help you get there. That was a great one. And the last takeaway that I have over here is something that I believe in it wholeheartedly. People want to follow personalities. They don't want to follow companies. Why do you think my YouTube channel that I create on is called Manuel Suarez, not called AGM Marketing? Why do you think Grant Cardone's YouTube channel is not called 10X? It's called Grant Cardone. Why do you think Gary Vaynerchuk is called Gary Vaynerchuk? He is the one that flows energy towards VaynerMedia. Grant flows energy towards 10X. I flow energy towards AGM Marketing. That's just the way it works. So if you want to do things the right way and you want to have people connect with you, you want to make sure that you are becoming a personality. People will buy from you. The other day I had an artist ask me, Manuel, what is the best possible funnel for me to sell my art? And I said, forget about the funnels. People are going to buy art from you because they follow you, because they believe in you, and because they fell in love with you, especially in the world of art, in the world of artists in general. People buy from personalities. That's just the way it is. They fall in love with personalities. So just get them to fall in love with you before you start sending them elsewhere. In my dad's case, in my father's case, we became Metabolismo TV, which was a unique concept. And that was many years ago. But still today, people are calling in because they want to buy stuff that comes from the founder, Frank Suarez, not because of Metabolismo TV. It's all about Frank Suarez. People fall in love with the person. So use the incredible social media opportunities to get your message in front of them and get them to fall in love with you and who you are. Talk about your processes, create your art, do your magic, give your value, do whatever you can to give that value and put your head down and do it. And don't be concerned about how many likes and views and comments and nothing, because in time, if you do it consistently, it will grow and get better. It's inevitable. It snowballs. For some of us, it gets there faster, depending on the niche and depending on your skill. For some of us, it gets there slower. But always remember, you are competing only against yourself. All right? Okay, guys. So again, if you want to get access to this world of notes, so you can apply them one by one yourself, send me a message at 813-212-2196, and I will send you this document myself so you can take a look at it. All right? Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following along the journey. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'm going to end with a final invitation for any of you guys that want to be with me along this journey. You want to give me an opportunity to lift you up and make you better. If you believe you have the power to be an incredible value to the AGM organization, to us here, then you should be applying and you should come to work for us over here. We've got big plans. A lot of those plans, I cannot even talk about them yet. I can't talk about them. Content directors, videographers, recruitment officers, social media marketers, account managers, Amazon account managers, sales marketing consultants, proofreaders, bookkeepers, accounting officers. If you want to apply, agmagency.com/careers. Submit your application. You're going to make me a little video. I don't need your resume. I don't ask for resumes. I look for people that are hungry, people that are motivated, people that are inspired, people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, and they want to push themselves, their family, their group to the next level. That's what I'm looking for. All right? If you feel that you fit into that category, agmagency.com/careers, and we will push each other out. Let me see if I have any questions here. Hold on. Ahmed says, 3 to 4 years ago, I engaged in your Facebook marketing course and didn't get well experienced. And now I want to do Amazon. Try to start with virtual assistant on how get these courses. I'm not quite sure what you mean. The courses are now for sale again. So if you want to talk to one of our guys about how we can help you, Ahmed, the link is talktoaninja.com. And we can find out what we can give you access to right now. We have a lot of training for free. You want to go to talktoaninja.com, schedule a call, and we will see how we can help you. Kathy says, this has been incredibly helpful. I'm going to apply for one of your jobs. Yeah. Be in the lookout for my CV. Okay, great. Great, Kathy. Looking forward to it. Barry says, what other people were at the conference with you? Barry, there were a lot of influencers. I can tell you some of the ones that I'm a big fan of that are friends of mine. One of my number one mentors of all time, Jason Flatland, what is known out there as the webinar GOAT, all right, the best deliverer of content in the planet for webinars. I've never seen anybody like him. He was there. We actually got to hang out quite a lot. Obviously, the entire Grand team. Matt Clark, we got to spend a lot of quality time together with him. He's the founder of Amazing Selling Machine, co-founder. If you guys have been around for a while in the Amazon world, you know exactly who I'm talking about. He sold 35,000 courses for $5,000 on a massive, massive explosion in the Amazon era. So he was there. Dan Henry was there, one of the smartest closers and digital marketers that I know. Rudy Mauer, brilliant e-commerce legend, good friend of mine. He was there also. There were rappers. Stormy Wellington, millions of followers too. She's an African-American powerhouse dude, amazing lady. There were some incredible people there. People that were doing, I can tell you that the smallest business there was doing anywhere from $6 to $10 million in revenue. And then we had businesses there that were doing $100-something million in revenue. And it was about 40-something people and a lot of power in the same room. Quite amazing. So there's pictures posted across the board. If you guys want to see the pictures, send me the link. Send me the message and I'll send I'll send you some of the pictures, all right? If you want to see them. 813-212-2196. All right. Well, it's been awesome. I think I need to hydrate myself now. Jota says, I did Amazon and be carefully prepared. Jota, first time here. Y ya te amo. Yo te amo también. Jota. I'm actually going to start doing content in Spanish. Keep an eye out for that. Ed says, we'd love to see this again. I thought it was specific time. Sorry about that, Ed. Yeah, you're going to have the replay. No problems. Oscar says, I would love to spend a day in your agency. Absolutely. We do have workshops. Tomorrow we have one, actually. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about YouTube advertising. All right? YouTube advertising. So if you guys wanted to register for this workshop, you can go to, check this out. I gave you guys a few links, right? This one is moneymakingworkshops.com. I'm going to type it in. If you go to moneymakingworkshops.com, you can register for tomorrow's free workshop. Yes, we are crazy. We deliver a lot of free content. Moneymakingworkshops.com. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about YouTube advertising. You guys can register right there. So I'm going to post this link also on Facebook. And you guys can save your spot. You can attend in person or you can join the stream. Sometimes the in-person ones get booked and you can only attend the stream, but either way, check it out on the website. All right. Okay, guys, thanks for joining. Seems like we have to do this again. Thanks for joining, and I will see you on the next live stream, video content, social media posts, wherever. Engage, and I promise you, I will work on providing value to you. I will keep on doing so. Talk to you soon.